Good morning. My name is Ahmed Rashid with my group members Ghulam Rasool and Mohammed Ali. We developed this scientific calculator in C under the guidance of Professor Mohammed Abdullah. We are from the Computer Science Department at NAD University. In this video, we will show how our calculator performs more basic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, as well as advanced functions such as factorial using recursion, square root, power function. Objective. The main objective of our project is to develop a scientific calculator in C that can perform both basic and advanced mathematical operations. It is designed to help users quickly and accurately solve arithmetic problems as well as complex functions like factorial using recursion, square root, power function. Our goal is to create a function user-friendly tool that can be used for educational purposes, academic calculation, and day-to-day problem solving. The concept we have used in programming. In this project, we have implemented several important C programming concepts to make a scientific calculator efficient and easy to use. Function used to organize different mathematical operations into separate reusable blocks, making the code modular and easy to maintain. Switch case statement used to allow the user to select the desired operations such as addition, subtraction, or advanced function in a clear and structured way. While loop allow the user to calculate repeatedly take input from the user until they choose to exit. We have used while loop because we don't know the number of iterations user will perform. How the calculator works. The flowchart the, the scientific calculator shows how the program works step by step. This program displays a menu of available operations to the user, including basic arithmetic and advanced functions like factorial, recursion, or square root or power function. Using a switch case statement, the program determines which operation to perform. To a corresponding function is called to perform the calculation. Input needed for the operation are taken from the user and the result is displayed. A while loop checks if the user wants to perform another calculation. If yes, the program returns to the menu. If not, the program exits. This flowchart ensures the calculator is interactive, efficient, and user-friendly for repeating. Now, for this, now from this, my colleague Ghulam will continue. गुलाम कौन है?
अबे हो गया तो बोलूं ना मैं.
यार
And I will
सबर कर
explain
जा
from
सबर कर
program.
बोल दिए तो बोल तू
Hello, my name is Ghulam Rasool and I will start from program logic. This logic of our calculator is very simple and clear. It first display menu to the user from which he take user choice and it will validate input if the input is in our range or not. Then it will take numbers according to the program and it will call the functions like addition, multiplication and subtraction. And then it will display the result on. And if the user want to repeat, then it will repeat. Otherwise, it will exit the program. Now here is the diagram. For example, here a user enters 6, which means he choose factorial in which he has entered value 5. Then it calls the function factorial and multiply 5 4 3 2 1, which is value of 5 factorial 120, and it will print the output on the screen 120. Now error handling. We also add error handling to make our pro calculator safe and correct. It handles error handling like invalid menu choice, division by zero, negative. Share कर.
वो
Hello everyone. Now I will explain from program logic how it works. Firstly, now I will explain from flowchart that how it will work. Then firstly it start program and display menu to the users. Then it will get input from the user. If use and use switch case to input multiple output. If user select addition, then it will call addition function call cell. If user select multiplication, then it will call multiplication cell. Then it will take two numbers from input and display the result on screen and it will exit the program. Next slide. Now program logic. The logic of our calculator is very simple and clear. It firstly shows menu to the user and asks which of the program, and then it will take user choice. Then it will take validate input to check if it's whether in our range or not. Then it will take numbers according to the program for multiplication or addition, whatever. Then it will call the functions. Then it will display the result on a screen, and if it asks user to repeat or exit, if user choose to repeat, then it will repeat, or otherwise it will exit. Next slide. Here is a simple dry run. In step 1, user enter 6, which means he choose factorial, in which he has entered value 5. That means he wants 5 factorial. It will call the factorial functions, which means it will multiply 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 till 1. And the answer will be 0, which will be output and it will be displayed on the screen. Next slide. Now we also added the error handling in our program to for the safety, and it it invalid menu choice. It has division by zero, negative square root, non-integer factorial, invalid outputs. Next slide. Here is the simple output. Here there are 8 choices in which user select. Here user has select one, which means he wants addition, and it will call addition function, and it will ask for two numbers and add two numbers, and result will be displayed on the screen. Then here it is user has entered 6, which means he want a factorial. Here we have to enter positive integers because there is no negative integer, and he has entered 5, which means he are asking for 5 factorial, which is 120. Result is printed. Now user has entered 8, which means he want to exit program. Next slide. Conclusion. It demonstrates structured and modular programming. It performs arithmetic and scientific operations, and it uses functions, loops, math libraries, switch cases, recursion. It is effective and interactive calculator. Thanks everyone. Now my colleague Walid Irfan will continue.
बड़े मैनेज कर लीजिए।
If the choice is 8, then the program will be hitting exiting by, and the whole program will be broken and it will come out of the loop. Then I have used switch statement. Switch statement is for each of the cases. For example, one for addition. We know that in this we have used enter the number, simply a greeting message, then scanf function for two numbers num1 and num2, and the result will be given to a function we have initialized earlier as add num1 and num2. Here it is just called. This is known as function calling, and then it will go to the function definition which is given at the end. Here float add of float a and float b, and it will return a plus b, which means that it will return the addition of the following, which means that float a and float b are stored as num1 and num2. The same goes for negative subtraction. Here the subtraction function will be called, here multiplication function will be called, but I have put a specific case in division formula, that if num2 is equals to 0, then an invalid message will be appeared, which means that it can't be divided by 0. If it is not 0, then result will be called to the divide function, which will eventually divide both numbers here. Then next to it is the power function, which means that the first number will be of base and second will be of exponent. It is further defined in case 5, which mean I have used powered f formula. It is a standard library function in mac.h header file. It has base and exponent function. Then finally the most important one, the factorial function, is present here. I have put a condition that for error handling, that if n is smaller than 0, then we know that factorial of a negative number is not possible. If not, then it will long factorial of n factorial of 1, then it will call this function for long of factorial and int n. If we know that if factorial of n is equals to 0, then the return will be 0, because factorial of 0 is 1. Else it returns the n star factorial of n minus 1, which simply means that it keeps on repeating until the factorial of 0 is obtained. As we can see here, the factorial of 4 is equals to 4 is steric factorial of 3, which is equals to 4 steric 3 steric factorial of 2, and keep on repeating until factorial of 0 is obtained, and we know that factorial of 0 is 1. So we'll multiply all of the following, and finally we get 24. The same goes for 5. 5 factorial of 5 is equals to 5 star factorial of 4, 5 star 4 star factorial of 3, and so on, and finally 120 will be recurred. And last of all, the square root function is there, which means that it returns the square root of any function. Now I will show you how this program will run. So here a greeting message is appeared as welcome to scientific calculator, press which is shown here as welcome to scientific calculator, press 1 for addition, 2 for subtraction, 3 for multiplication. Here the it prompts us to enter a choice. For example, I want to multiply, so I will press 3 and enter. Then it will ask to enter two numbers. For example, I input 4 and 5, then it will return 20. The point function you see here are due to the percent f, which is of float type. And it will keep on repeating until exit is apparent, because we have to use because we have to use while function, while function repeating itself. For example, I want to show some factorial, so I press 6 enter. It prompts us to enter any positive integer, because we know that the negative integer does not exist. So I enter 5, it should return 120. Here we can see that it has correctly inputted 120. And if the user wants to exit, we simply press 8 as here defined here, and a simple message exiting by will appear, and whole program will be executed. Thank you.